Hey everybody, Jam Creates here. Got another video for you. Welcome to Indie Comics Underground. Today we're going to be doing a video review of a comic called Summoner Number 1. This comic is available on ComiXology. That is where I purchased and read it. I think it was like $1 or $2. It was definitely like inexpensive. Um, and it was brought to my attention. Really, it was brought to my attention thanks to the creator of the book. And you can see the cover right there. The creator, I'll make it a little bit bigger. The creator of the book was posting on a Reddit thread about indie comics. There's a really cool Reddit thread. If you guys don't know, check out. It's just called Indie Comics on Reddit, and it has yet to be infested by the Reddit political, you know, pain in the neck people who have infested most of the rest of Reddit. It's literally just people making comics, people promoting comics, people showing you what they've done, people talking about comics that they love. It's a very heavy on the promotion aspect. So if you don't really want necessarily to be informed about new comics, I'm not really sure what you're even doing here. Uh, but anyway, thank you for coming. Just a reminder, you guys, if it's your first time on the channel, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit the bell for notifications, and make sure you go visit indiecomics.underground.com. You may, in fact, be watching this video embedded on that very website. Ooh, I know technology is amazing. But yeah, you might actually be watching this on the website because I always embed all my videos now onto the website. I make a little post about each of them, and they're up there, the video reviews. And Indie Comics Underground, if you're not sure what that is, if it's your first time here, Indie Comics Underground is my way of helping to put the spotlight on indie creators putting out their own comic books, however they may be putting them out there. I talk about crowdfunded comics. I talk about self-published comics. I talk about digital comics, physical comics, web comics, anything. If it's a comic book and it is independently made, meaning it is not made by one of the big publishing companies, I will talk about it. Even if it's put out from one of the small publishers, I will talk about it because I still consider those indie. Anyway, I know everyone has their own definitions of what actually is indie and what isn't. So anyway, I happened to just see that this guy posted on Reddit. He was like, "Hey, if anybody's interested, my new comic just came out on ComiXology. If you want to check it out, it's called Summoner." And I was like, "Yeah, I'll go look at it. I'll give it a look." And so anyway, let's make it even bigger so you can see it better. There's a cover. You can see a really cool looking cover. Really nice art. The one thing I wish Streamlabs had was an ability to make it even bigger, but it is what it is. So anyway, let's get into it here. This is Summoner Chapter 1. Now, guys, I know you're out there because I've already spoken with you. I told you I was going to make this review. Well, at least the creator. I told him I was going to make this review. Please forgive me if I butcher your names. Okay? These are definitely not the kind of names I see on a daily basis. So I'm going to say created by Dionysus Zagaris and art by Manos Laguvardos. I think I got the first one good. Second one was a little slow on the last name there. Sorry, dude. But anyway, we get into it. So, Summoner Chapter 1. What I really like about this, and the cover was done by Daniel Rosa Duran. So it's a different cover artist on there. One of the things I like about this right off the bat is it starts you off with a map. Anybody who knows me knows I love maps. Uh, I just do. I'm a sucker for a good fantasy map. Go back and watch all my reviews of Blood Realm, especially like the first few chapters, first few issues of Blood Realm. I'm always like sitting there looking at the map, like, oh, so you can see on the map where they went and where I cannot help myself. I am a sucker for a map. It is what it is. So anyway, we've got this here is Zaros, the cursed realm, the realm of the gods, and you've got these different regions. I'm not going to even attempt to pronounce them. Chapter 1, a powerful vision. So we start in right here. You can see obviously the book is in black and white with someone like they're, like, doing something with a crystal ball, like, "I finally found her," and then you can see, like, right off the bat, this got my attention, like, just 'cause, the woman, like, this seer with the antlers on her head and all that, just she looks cool, like, there's definitely a manga influence on this, and, like, the horses, as soon as I see horses, I'm always impressed. 'Cause drawing horses is a pain in the rump, and, so anybody who draws good horses, I'm always impressed. And you can see what they've done is they've created this realm, and we get this little, like, kind of like these guys show up, these orcish looking dudes show up, and they're looking for someone. And this family is basically trying not to give up the ghost. They're trying not to spill the beans on where this person is, and they don't even care. They're just like chopping people's heads off. They're like, "You're gonna talk." And so then something strange happens. Now this is where this book earns its I don't know what you want to say, if it earns its money, earns its stripes, whatever. You have this crazy, like, fantasy, this violent fantasy realm. They torch the whole village and everything. It's just this awful thing. And then we suddenly, somewhere in America in the 1930s, we've got, a young girl playing guitar, uh, you know, metrosexual Santa Claus sitting here chilling out. I'm just joking. The dude just looks good. It's the beard. Um, he's just chilling out, like, you don't really know what's happening, and then he looks at the clock and he realizes he forgot something. So he goes down to the basement and they're like, all right, whatever." Then when he goes down to the basement, you've got this crazy, like, what is happening down here? He unlocks this like crate, and when he opens it up, you see he's got like explosives, and there's this mirror, and he's literally just, like, sticking the explosives into the mirror. Um, and he gets a note back that says, "Thanks, old friend." So, what you come to find out is this person in America in the 30s is somehow communicating through this mirror with this person in this other realm, this dark fantasy sci-fi realm, and somehow, like, helping to give him stuff. So the bad guys show up, he shatters the mirror. The guy who he was giving the explosives to, he shatters the mirror. And then more chaos breaks loose, and we get this really cool, I love this down here, just this stupid ComiXology thing. Down in the right corner there, you can see, like, coming up out of the ground, out of this weird portal, like, there she is, the antlered lady, and, like, it's really good stuff, like, because now you start to realize, like, this is what this book is gonna be, okay? It's gonna be this dark fantasy, gritty, uh, you know, monsters and swords and sorcery mixed with, here's a dude with a gun pointing it right in her face. Like, what is going on? Like, you start to realize, like, this is what this book is gonna be. It's this crazy juxtaposition of worlds and going back and forth between them and trying to see what's happening here. And I don't wanna go, I don't wanna go too far. Yeah, I'm already, like, 22 pages in. Like, it's a long book, so it's definitely worth your money, if you wanna pick it up on ComiXology. It's definitely a worthwhile investment, like, in terms of just, page count. It's a 34-page book. I don't wanna go too much further because I don't wanna give anything away. Um, but like I said, it's a cool book. It's got this cool concept because even the fantasy world, obviously you look at the creators' names are obviously Greek, and it seems as though this fantasy world is a sort of a Greek fantasy world, like, you're Greek inspired. I mean, looking at the architecture and things like that, like, it's definitely something unique. And I really like, by the time you're done, when you finish read again, I don't like to spoil stuff. If you guys are new to the channel, you'll get to know me with that. I don't like to spoil stuff. I want you to go enjoy it. I want you to read the comic. I'm not here to read the comic to you. This isn't story time. Um, this is me telling you, like, the art you could see for yourself. The art is absolutely fantastic. Great job. I've never heard of the artist before, but a great job on the artwork. Great storytelling, really good stuff. And by the end, you really are like, okay, I need to keep reading this. I want to know what happens next. And so, hopefully issue 2 will be out. I believe when I had a conversation, with the creator. I think he said sometime this summer issue 2 would be out. So hopefully that's still on track. And that would be really cool. Because it's a good book. It's definitely really cool, and I highly recommend it. Um, so what I would, absolutely do is, I would definitely say, go check it out. Here's the cover again, so you can recognize it when you see it on ComiXology. It's called Summoner. Obviously, not the most. That's why I wanted you to see the cover again, because a comic, it's fairly common kind of a name, so it might be easy to lose it when you're trying to search for it if you go into ComiXology looking for it. So I definitely recommend it wholeheartedly. It's a really good book. It's a lot of fun. And it was just something that completely came out of nowhere for me, and that is one of my favorite things in the world, is when a comic just comes completely out of the blue, out of nowhere, and just takes you by surprise. Like you never heard of it, you don't know anything about it, and then all of a sudden you just on a whim you go, yeah, I'll check it out. And then when you look at it, and you're like, wow, this is really good. That's one of my favorite things, is discovering comics that way. And so that's one of the reasons why I started this whole channel and the whole website and everything else, was to get you guys this information so you guys can check out stuff that hopefully maybe you've never heard of. So absolutely go give it a look. It's called Summoner Chapter 1. It's available on ComiXology. It's definitely not expensive, and it's a 34-page book for a couple of bucks. Totally worth it, in my opinion. And I really, really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they have next. So that's going to be the review for today. I'll talk to you guys again soon. Don't forget, make sure you check out IndieComicsUnderground.com, because we are constantly posting new interviews, artist spotlights, comics that you've never heard of, video reviews, all sorts of stuff going up on that site. Especially the interviews are one of the coolest things that we do. I bust my hump to get interviews from as many creators as I possibly can, so you guys can hear from them themselves how exciting the books are that they're working on, and how excited they are about those books and everything else. And I've got some cool interviews lined up coming up soon. I've sent out questions to some really cool people for some cool projects. And as soon as I get them back, I'll start posting them on the site, and you guys can check them out. So definitely make sure, check out IndieComicsUnderground.com, and definitely make sure, whoa, we turned red. That's because I hit the wrong thing. Anyway, make sure it's been a while since I've used my StreamYard. Definitely make sure you check out IndieComicsUnderground.com. Follow me on Twitter at jam_creates. I always promote pretty much everything I put out, like in terms of articles and videos and stuff like that. So you'll never miss anything that way. Or of course, you can just subscribe here, and then you can also go to the site. You can also follow me on Instagram at jam_creates. It's mostly pictures of my dog and my artwork. Yes, I draw too. So anyway, check all that stuff out. I'll talk to you guys soon. I hope you had a very, very happy new year. Let's hope that 2021, if 2020 didn't do it for you, let's hope that 2021 will be the one for you. All right, that was sufficiently cheesy. Okay, so I'll talk to you guys again soon. Peace out.